So I suppose this is as good a way of going about it as any. I mean, it's where the dead rock and the bricks that make this castle are kind of hard to dig through. So I suppose the only alternative I have is to get up there by means that are already, there. Unfortunately, those don't seem to exist either. The closest I can come is to take out these thorns to sort of make my own way up. Now, of course, this is kind of a delicate operation. I could fall down there and get pricked by those thorns that are down there. I don't know whether there was meant to be a main entrance to this place or not. But the way in is to get to the top of one of these. At least I think that's what it is. And I suppose if I can't do it by fair means, I'll have to do it by foul means. I mean, they haven't exactly finished this place. Alright, so it looks like I'm in... Yeah, this is... The NYI, I think, means not yet implemented. I don't know how I was quote-unquote supposed to get in here, but... I suppose I'm in anyway. And right here is where, why I finally decided to take this route. You see, these are stairs. But they don't really go anywhere, do they? Alright, is there... No, I still got a ways to go, but I can sort of work my way up from here. Okay, it looks like I'm kind of close to what's actually... what am I thinking? How to burn this stuff away just to be safe. This should lead to a balcony or something. Wait, no, it's... Balcony seems to be down there. Aha, here we go. Where are my torches? Alright, let me see what's at the top of this place here. Wait, there was more to it. Hold on. Okay, yeah, nothing up here. Or maybe I should say nothing up here yet. Let me pick a direction here. I want to... Not only do I want to get a good look at this place, but I'd also like to find out where I was supposed to have gone. I mean, I didn't exactly get here by conventional means, did I? So I'm going to head out to the end of this castle, which seems to be like a... Well, not the end of it, but like one side of it. You can sort of see how it sort of dead ends in this one area. I'm not sure whether leaving the empty gaps here was intentional or not. I imagine that there's some kind of loot throughout the castle, and you have to get... did you also notice how the doors were color-coded? Like this blue castle door that these blue castle doors that I go through. Maybe what you're gonna have to do in the final product is you're gonna have to find like keys to these doors. Parkour area 2, mini boss 1. Okay, so there's supposed to be a mini boss here. And they're using parkour 2. I never liked parkour. There's just too much room for error. But look at how open and wide this space is. So, defeating the mini boss, I take it, is how you get, I don't know, some kind of means to advance in this castle. There may be areas that are off limits. And at least they would be until you find the way to unlock them. And technically, it looks like by looking around, you can see whether you're supposed to go up in these buildings or down. Although, it probably won't hurt to go either way, because there's bound to be loot in all these places. I'm not quite sure which way I was supposed to get in, how I was supposed to get in. I couldn't find a door anywhere. Or at least anywhere I looked. Wait a minute. Okay, I gotta go down. Oh, did I forget to do that again? Okay, up this time. I wonder if there are going to be any castle-specific monsters. You know, there's this area that's sort of central. In like the middle of this plateau. And that box there is where the final boss is supposed to be. Looks like there's some text floating around here. But this is the main area, the central area. I noticed there's a door of another color. A yellow castle door. At least to one of the corners. I wonder what's up there. Violet castle door. And this is the way up. This is like the... Here we go. Yeah, the final castle is a work in progress. I'm beginning to wonder how long it's going to... Well, things like this always make me wonder how long it's going to stay that way. I mean, there's a lot of games that that were really complicated and took forever to produce. Consider, for example, Submachine. Now, the first installment of Submachine came out in 2005. The last came out a decade later. And it was really complicated, more so than several of the earlier games combined. Ooh, what's down here? Yeah, I think there's another potential level down here that we're going to have to finish to get to the last boss area. See, we will go... We spent the first half of this castle thing going up. Now we're going down. And they have force fields. Interesting term for it, don't you think? It's another little bit of science fiction in what is otherwise a fantasy mod. Now I don't know what's supposed to be in here exactly. Anyway, another game that's taking a really long time to finish because of how in-depth it is Transcendence. Now, Transcendence, they've been fiddling with it on and off for at least a decade. There are supposed to be 3 parts to it. They finished one part. Then, after they finished it, they started adding onto it bit by bit, quality of life stuff, aesthetics, that sort of thing, and a bit more as far as story was concerned. But the second installment is still in very early alpha. You can technically play it, but I don't think any of the story has been either written or implemented. Either it's been written but not implemented, or it hasn't even been written yet. And the last part hasn't even been... well, maybe it exists somewhere in some writer's notes, but it has neither been written nor implemented. Ooh, what's this? Parkour Area 2, give or take a unique monster. Right, I guess there's only one way up. But regardless, Transcendence is a really complicated. It's really complicated as far as game mechanics go. It's space themed. There's a bunch of different kinds of ships. Who the dickens am I? And so naturally, it would take a long time to complete. The only problem with games that are that complicated and take that long to implement fully is that that's how long it takes for people to lose interest in not the game per se specifically, but gaming in general. And I suppose the next generation will be able to play the finished product. But I suppose that's something of a pitfall when you're an indie developer and you've only got so many people working for you, and then COVID-19, that didn't help things any. So yeah, Submachine. I guess I'm dating myself a lot here because when I first heard of Submachine, the fifth game had just come out, and the first four, well, the first three anyway, had come out in rapid succession, relatively rapid succession. The fourth, there was a sort of a gap between in the third. The fifth, I don't know how long it took to come out, but I was still waiting for the sixth, and there for a while it seemed like it would be years, and it might have been, I don't know, but they actually did finish it, and that really is saying something for. I mean, there are certain games that have an interesting story, and the gameplay isn't half bad either, but something nasty happens, and they're unable to finish. I'm trying to think of a game that's like this. I don't know, you get the gist of what I'm talking about. Oh, wait, yeah. This is going back even further, but Mega Man Legends 2. It was the sequel to Mega Man Legends 1, of course. It was, well, I don't know what your opinion is on the story right now, but it got me into, well, Japanese science fiction in general. It was probably the first game like that I'd, well, not played, but I think I knew this guy was good at it, and we sort of collaborated, I guess. Maybe I just watched him, I don't know. But that game ended on a cliffhanger, and stupid sticky keys, and and that was back in like the early 2000s. As of this year, 2023, it has still not been resolved. That's a thing in science fiction in general, come to think of it. As far as television is concerned, the networks will cancel a show that ends on a cliffhanger. Now, Star Trek The Next Generation had a season that ended on a cliffhanger, and that practice proved so popular that they kept on doing it. But there's always that lurking hazard of your show being unceremoniously canceled and you being completely unable to resolve the cliffhanger. Well, speaking of cliffhangers, I suppose I can end this session here. Next, we're going back to the quest book. See you then.